Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to the tavern and the Oasis. Back from my trip to the mine, and it was quite interesting. Took a little bit of footage in there. It's really hard to do footage in the mine unless you got proper lighting, so it may or may not come out. But I do have some rocks that for their first time in their existence, they have seen the light of day. Let's have a look here and see what we got. Oh, I also had a wonderful problem here. I lost my mount for my camera. I lost the camera mount, so I can't use the tripod anymore. So I can get myself a new tripod this week. Please, folks, support the tavern. Help me get a tripod. All right. Here's a really cool one. Let's see what we got here. This one here. After I get it cleaned up, it should probably look fantastic. It's got lots of little crystals in it. And then we've got this big beauty of a chunk. You know, I cleaned this one up too. Put it on display. Some beautiful quartz in there. So hard to get everything out that I wanted. You know, I went in with a backpack that weighed 20 pounds. I came out with one that weighed 100 pounds, and I barely got any rock at all. Rock is really heavy. Believe it or not, rock is extremely freaking heavy. I know, just a joke. Rock is real heavy. So yeah, it was great fun. Crystal level's neat. I hear there's more crystals at a different level, so next time I go, I'll be going into a different level of the mine and checking that one out. I got to get doing some prospecting on the outskirts of the mine up into the claims area there. But these crystals here I think will be of a bit of value. I may put them up onto the tavern store, but they will be for certain for sale at the market. And I not only have the big giant one, the little smaller one, but I have a whole bunch of other ones in various shapes and sizes. And we got some pretty decent crystals out of there. Some that are shaped, they're like little mini diamonds and such, so it's really kind of a cool thing. And of course, nothing quite like being inside the earth, you know, where the light is cut off and you can just feel the vibrations of the earth. You know, it's really kind of neat. Just sit and enjoy the silence. You want real silence? Go into a cave or into a mine and have everyone stop moving. You'll start to feel real silence. Start to feel the earth beating. Because the earth has a heartbeat. Just really got to listen for it. You need to get isolated somewhere to listen to hear the earth's heartbeat. At any rate, I just thought I'd check in to you know, say hi, showcase the stuff I've got. Don't forget, folks, value for value, man. If you're getting any value out of this, hey, give some value back. That's all I got now for you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy? Oh, where have you been, charming Billy? I've been to see go out, she's the joy of my life. She's a young thing but cannot leave her mother. Did she bid you to come in, Billy boy, Billy boy? Did she bid you to come in, charming Billy? Yes, she bade me to come in, there's a dimple on her chin. She's a young thing and she cannot leave her mother. Did she set for you a chair, Billy boy, Billy boy? Did she set for you a chair, charming Billy? Yes, she set for me a chair. She had ringlets in her hair. She's a young thing and she cannot leave her mother. Can she make a cherry pie, Billy boy, Billy boy? Can she make a cherry pie, charming Billy? She can make a cherry pie quick as a cat can wink her eye. She's a young thing and she cannot leave her mother. How old is she, Billy boy, Billy boy? How old is she, charming Billy? 3 times 6, 4 times 7, 28 and 11. She's a young thing but cannot leave her mother. She's a young thing that cannot leave her mother.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to the tavern and the Oasis. It's Sunday, April 25th, I believe. Yep, April 25th. And wrap up stuff today. Give you a brief tour of some of the things I accomplished this weekend, aside from making a trip down into the mine. And yeah, there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. You know, life is life, and it's crazy and insane for many people right now, unfortunately. But we do what we got to do to keep on keeping on. Yeah, that's an old saying somewhere I heard. Can't remember where. At any rate, I've been working hard, getting things done. I started my auto watering system here for the greenhouse. We'll showcase that drip watering system for all the pots and peppers. And we'll showcase some of the other stuff I completed in the Oasis. That's really all I've got today. So let's take a quick tour around and see where it takes us. Let's go. Alright, so first off, you can see the nice new black hose coming in. Comes in, wraps around the greenhouse there. And I've managed to get some of them here. There we go. You know, because the drip watering system being put in place, I got to finish splicing in all the drips into it for all the pepper pots that are going to be in here, and then I got to run lines up to the top things for watering those things automatically too. I need to make sure I do something to keep the water system going well. Won't be such a problem right now because it's damp and cold out, but it is going to be a problem in the future. So here we go. These are the rock samples I got pulled in. There's all the crystals. There's the really cool looking crystal. You know, those are all more samples in the containers I got to sort out and clean. Let's see what we got here in the Oasis. I got hoses spread out everywhere because I'm setting up automated watering throughout the Oasis this year, so I won't be doing manual watering as much. I'll still do some because I kind of like watering. It's kind of zen when you're sitting there watering plants. But what has been completed is over here. We got this bed area here, this path. This path has been completed. Everything's fully mulched all the way through here. I'm going to use this stuff for planting and running my big long vine crops, like spaghetti squash and pumpkins and all the other ground ones. These are the beds going through the tunnels. I keep calling them high tunnels. They're more like it's more like an arbor. You know, I'm going to be growing all the vining crops, cucumbers, the vining beans, pole beans, snap peas, all of that sorts of things in it. And I've already placed my first snow peas down in here. Did that yesterday. Got snow peas on either side, so snow peas will be up and over this thing once they get growing really well. And that's how that all works out. So I have done the video on what I did for these panels here, just to let you know. These, I looked looking for cattle panels, which is what's recommended. I couldn't find them, but what I found is concrete mesh is what these are. They're a lot cheaper than the cattle panels. They are just as sturdy. They're not coated, so they do rust. So, and they do have pokey bits out the end here, you know, sharp spikes, which is why I got the pool noodles and put the pool noodles on there. Keep anybody from running into the spikes. You know, you get some T-poles, plant in your T-poles the right distance apart, pound them in, zap strap them on,
and then bend them over and zap strap them in the center. And they've got quite a bit of strength to them. You can't hang from them, but your plants will be fine. Plants should be more than fine, unless you got something super heavy, then they might collapse. And if that happens, well, I'll figure out a way to give it the extra support it needs. I don't anticipate that happening, but anything's possible. So it was an inexpensive way to do it. And then as you can see, I built beds around each one of them so that I can just grow stuff in there. And the beds, all but these last two beds, were made with the scrap wood from the Oasis. Running out of scrap wood here, though. Got a frog in my throat this morning. Could be all the dust from being down in the mine. So I used all the scrap wood we had around here. As you can see, my scrap wood pile is very limited. The other thing looks really good is the grass area around the fire pit has now been fully leveled and seeded. So now that that's all seeded out, I'll let the grass grow for a couple of weeks, and then I'll be able to build myself a fire again. So that's all done. I got this area here all prepped up. I put a divider in there so I can fill this full of gravel. And we'll put down some good cloth. What the heck's it called? You know, the garden cloth stuff to. Can't get the name. Anyway, we'll put that down and we'll cover it in gravel, and we'll completely gravel in underneath the deck when we're done. So we got all that. You can see my rhubarb is growing crazy, doing very, very well. All the rhubarb plants. So everything's looking good. Cherry trees in full bloom. Well, not full bloom, still putting out blooms. So who knows? Those are the early blooms. No blooms yet on the raspberries, but the raspberries are growing better than they were last year. They're definitely more fuller. So it's still early in spring yet. We're just coming to the end of April. So next weekend I'll be up here. It'll be the end of April. Or April will be over. We'll be heading into May. So officially we'll be hitting the end of our last frost date. The official last frost date. So more things will start going in the ground because there'll be less risk of a frost. And we've got a lot of stuff out in the garden. All right. Well, that's all I got. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Don't forget, Value for Value show. If you're getting any value out of this, any tips or ideas or something that helps you out, or you just like watching what I'm doing, kick some value back my way. We'll greatly appreciate it. Start by sharing these videos and liking and subscribing. That would be cool. All right, that's all I got for you now. Take care. Bye-bye.